Morning, all of you. All right, so this is the first class of this week. For statistics, this is the first class of this week. So let's begin. Let's recapitulate the things which we have learned in the last class, and then we will begin our next session. So in the last class, what we covered, we came to know about the three basic or three very important measure of central tendency. One is arithmetic mean, second is median, and the third is mode. And we also learned about the calculation of mean, median, mode for ungrouped data, for ungrouped frequency distribution, and also for group data. So where we have the class intervals and the frequency for those classes. So for frequency distribution also we have learned how to calculate median. So mean हमने उससे पहले किया था. So median for ungroup frequency distribution and group frequency distribution, we learned how to do that. And also we learned the concept of mode, that is the most frequent number in a data set, and how to calculate that for both ungrouped and group data set. So what we'll be covering today, we will start with a practice problem. We will take an example and see how to calculate mean, median, mode for that problem, which is very easy and you can do it on your own also. But just for for others who may not have caught up the learnings so far, so they will come to know that if a data set is given, how to calculate mean, median, mode. And then what we will do, we will compare mean, median, and mode based on the ideal measure of central tendency, ideal. So there are certain criteria listed for a central tendency, for a central value to be ideal, to be considered as ideal. So what are those criteria? We will learn that, and on those criteria, how mean, median, and mode perform. मीन मीडियन एंड मोड उस क्राइटेरिया में कहाँ फिट बैठते हैं, जो आइडियल मेजर ऑफ सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी का क्राइटेरिया है, दैट वी विल लर्न टुडे. ऑलराइट, सो लेट्स बिगिन आवर सेशन with a numerical example where we need to calculate mean, median, mode. Okay, so this is a data set. This is very simple data set. What I have here, this is the number of students. No, this is not the number of students. Let me see. This is okay. This is the ages of residents of Twin Lakes Retirement Village. All right. So there is a retirement village, right? Or you can say, old age home. So in a retirement center, this is the age group. The class represents the age group. So this is age group. 47 to 52 years, 52 to 57 years. So so people are having these age groups जो कि उस retirement center में है. And these are the frequency, that means number of people. So what we have here, we have here age. Just let me know if it is not visible. All right, so here we have age and here we have number of people who entered that retirement home at these ages, right? So that means there are 4 people who are in the age group 47 to 52. 13 people who are in the age group 57 to 62 years, right? Now the question is, you need to calculate mean age of the people who are entering the retirement center, median age, and mode age. All right. So mean, median, mode you need to calculate for this data set. Mean, that means on an average, what is the age of a person who is entering that retirement home. Median, that means what is the middlemost age जिसके below 50% of the people would lie and जिसके above 50% of the people would lie. And mode, that means most frequent age कौन सा है जिसमें कि people are entering the retirement home. All right. So how to calculate mean? What is the very first step for calculation of mean? Right now we are considering mean. So if frequency distribution is given, and this is the group data set, right? Because here we have class interval 47 to 52, 57, 52 to 57 grouping किया हुआ है. Okay, so let me see the chat. All right. So what is the very first step in order to calculate mean for a group data set? Yes, come on. Write in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and talk to me. Okay, so Tushar has written that middle value of the range. Yes. So you have to find the mid value of the class intervals. Right? So first of all, you need to prepare one more column here. For mean, that is the class mid value. Mid value. Right? And let us denote this by xi. Xi. Now what is the mid value? पहला का. You need to find out mid value by this. This is 47 plus 52 divided by 2. Right? So what is the value? Yes, you should do this along with me. All right. So sit with pen and paper, calculator, and solve this along with me. So this is 49.5, right? So similarly for the next group, it will be 52 plus 57 divided by 2. What is the value? It is 54.5. 54.5. So now similarly, you have to get all the mid values. So just complete this column. Need to get all the mid values. And what is the difference? What is the class width? Can you tell me? Class interval कितना है? 5, right? 5 का difference है. So the mid value will be something like this. 5 अब इसमें add करते जाओ. So just let me know if it is yes. Prisha. Yes, correct. So this is how you calculate mid value, right? So you have now frequency Fi and you have the mid values. Now the next column will be Xi into Fi, right? Because the formula for arithmetic mean is, it is summation of Xi Fi divided by summation of Fi, sum of the frequency. Can somebody tell me what is the sum of the frequency here? ये सारे frequencies पे add करके कितना आ रहा है? Sum of frequency. Yes, anybody? 136. Okay, Priyanka and Tushar. Good. 136 is the total frequency. Right. So next column I will prepare here, that is Xi Fi, and just calculate that Xi Fi for each value. So Xi Fi means you have to do 49.5 multiplied by 4. Again 54.5 multiplied by 9. So इस तरह से आपको इसको fill करना है, and then at the end you have to add it up. Summation of Xi Fi, you will add that. So if anybody has done that, you can get me this value. ये कितना आ रहा है? So you have to use calculator for this, and then it will be very simple. How much you are getting? The sum of Xi Fi. and the overall mean. Yes, so आप लोग अगर नहीं करोगे तो फिर मुझे ही कैलकुलेट करना होगा. Okay, I'm getting 9087 total. So what I got here, the first one is 49.5 into 4, that is 198. 198. 198. And the next one is 490.5. So that is simply 54.5 multiplied by 9. Okay, Tushar doing. Okay, good. So this is for 490.5. Uske baad hai 773.5. Then I'm getting 2709. And then I'm getting 2710.5. Then 1490. So just don't copy my values. You need to verify, okay? Because I might commit some error. 715.5. And the total, when I add this, ये सारे को ऐड करना है 198 and 490.5. When I add this, I'm getting 9087. So this is summation of fi xi. So once you get this, you need to calculate mean. So mean will be 9087 divided by 136, right? So this is coming 66.816. So mean, which is summation of xi fi divided by capital N, that means summation of fi, which is 9087 divided by 136, which is equal to 66.816. All right. So this is, yes, good, Rishit. Okay. So this is the mean value, mean age, right? So this is the average age, just at which the people of that particular place enter the retirement home or retirement center, right? So average age is 66 years, around 66 years. If you round it off, it will be around 67 years. All right, so now mean is calculated. Next is median. How to calculate median? So for median, you don't require to calculate class mid value. So even if you do not have class mid value, you can calculate median. What is the most important thing in median? कौन सा column हमें बनाना होता है? So I'm just removing this. I hope you have copied this. So mean we got 66.816. All right. For median, the very first step is you need to, yes, Tushar. Yes, good. 66.816. So for median, we need to first calculate CF, right? Cumulative frequency. This is the most important thing in case of median. Mean में class mid value you need to calculate, and median में you need to prepare another column for CF. CF is cumulative frequency. So just prepare a column for CF. And before writing anything, you should write the formula. So examination maybe first you write the formula for median for group data so that you understand that which are the values you require in that formula. And उसी को आपको बस calculate करना होगा. So median, the formula is L plus H by F n by 2 minus C, right? Where L is the lower limit of the median class, H is the class width, F is the frequency of the median class, N it is summation of Fi, that means total frequency, and C is the cumulative frequency of the previous class of the median class, right? So let's calculate cumulative frequency first. The very first value will be same as frequency, so 4. Next value will be 4 plus 9, that is 13, right? 4 and 9 को हमें add करना है, so 13. And then 13 plus 13, that is 26. So this is how you have to complete your cumulative frequency. So You just complete that. 4 plus, first one is 4 plus 9. Alright. So I got the values. Let me just write that down here. 68. Next is 68, then 107, then 127, and 136. So always check that the, okay, Tushar, good, very good, thank you. So always check that the last value of the CF, this one, must be equal to the total sum of the frequency. So these are same, that means your CF calculation is correct. Now after calculating CF, what is the next step? You need to calculate n by 2, capital N by 2. So we are now talking about median, right? So we are considering median. So median के लिए you need to now calculate n by 2. So what is n? N is 136. 136 divided by 2. So that is equal to 68, right? Yes, 68. Mansi. So then what is the next step? After getting n by 2, 68 you got. What is the next step? You need to locate the cumulative frequency which is just above 68, which is just greater than 68. So here I have one cumulative frequency which is exactly 68. I won't consider that. I need cumulative frequency which is just greater than 68. All right. So that frequency is 107. All right. So this is the cumulative frequency which is just greater than 68, that is 107. The corresponding class is your median class. So just highlight that median class. So this is the median class. All right. So that means 67 to 72, this is your median class. So let me write median class. Median class is 67 to 72. So that means your median will lie between 67 to 72. Next, you have to put everything in the formula. So in the formula, you need to put L, H, F, N by 2 and C. So median, or I should write it. So if I put everything here, median. So what is L here? L is the lower limit of the median class. So L क्या होगा यहाँ पे? This is the median class. 67 से लेके 72. Come on, respond to me quickly. What is L here? The lower limit, right? 67 plus. What is H? H. H is class with the interval of the median class. See, sometimes what happens in the median classes, the gaps are not equal. कभी-कभी class interval में ऐसा हो सकता है कि previous class जो है उसका gap कुछ और है, next class का gap कुछ और है, आपको उसी class का gap लेना है जो median class है. All right. So here the gap is 5 units, right? So I will write H as 5 divided by F. F is the frequency of the median class. So frequency of the median class is 39. 39. And then N by 2 we know this is 68. 68 minus C is cumulative frequency of the previous class. So what is cumulative frequency of previous class? ये अगर median class है, this is median class. So the cumulative frequency of the previous class is 68. Now here because I have the exact frequency 68, ये term 0 हो जा रहा है, right? So this is 68 minus 68. This whole term is becoming 0. So this whole part is becoming 0. Because 0 multiplied by 5 by 39 is 0. So I'm getting median as 67. All right. I hope everything is visible to you. So I got here median as 67, right? So mean I got 66 point something, right? Maybe 8, and then median is 67. Okay. Now next is mode. Mode is very easy. You don't need to calculate any extra column with the given data, just the class interval and the frequency, you can calculate mode. So for mode, what is the very first step? You have to locate the highest frequency. So where is the highest frequency, and tell me the modal class. Which one is highest frequency and which one is modal class? Rishit is saying capital N would be the sum of the frequencies. Yes, capital N is sum of frequencies. Median ka baat karo. So in median, this capital N is sum of frequencies, right? So sum of frequencies tha 136. 136 divided by 2 you have to do. So n by 2 is equal to 136 divided by 2, which is nothing but 68. तो मैंने ये n by 2 के जगह पे direct 68 लिख दिया. Alright, you can write it like this. You can write this 136 divided by 2 minus c, and c is 68. This is the median. This is the CF of the previous class. You have 68, and this is CF of previous class, right? So ये मैंने direct लिख दिया. 136 divided by 2 is 68. So 68 minus 68 will be 0. So this is 0. This part is 0. This whole part will be 0. So median will be 67. No, median is not 67.13, but median will be 67. Okay. Now about mode. Yes, Tushar and Sujal, they are saying that the modal class is 62 to 67. Let's see. So for mode, you have to pick the highest frequency. The highest frequency is this one, 42. The corresponding class is modal class. Yes, so good. This is modal class, 62 to 67. This is modal class. And now the formula for mode. Formula is L plus, and then frequency of modal class minus frequency of previous class divided by 2 multiplied by frequency of modal class minus frequency of previous class minus frequency of succeeding class multiplied by h. So this is the formula for mode. Now, when you got the modal class is 62 to 67. This is modal class, right? So L will be the lower limit of the modal class. Just like median, L is lower limit of that particular class. So here lower limit is 62. So in place of L, 62. And then I have to locate these values. Fm means Fm. The suffix is M. So M means modal class. So Fm means frequency of modal class. What is the frequency of modal class? It is 42. Right? This is Fm. What is the frequency of previous class? 13. So Fp is 13. Frequency of succeeding class, that is Fs. So modal class ke niche wala class, that is succeeding class. So Fs is your 39. And H is class with the interval of the modal class. The modal class 62 to 67, the gap is 5 units. So H is 5. So put everything here in this formula and calculate mode. So 62 plus Fm is 42 minus Fp is 13 divided by 2 into Fm. So that is 2 into 42 minus Fp, that is 13, and minus Fs, that is 39, and whole multiplied by H. H is 5, class width, right? Now just calculate this and let me know what is the value of mode. What is the value of mode? How much you are getting? This is 62 plus and 42 minus 43, 42 minus 13. So I'm also calculating this. Divided by 2 into 30 minus 13 minus 39. minus 39, and then mole multiplied by h. H is 5. Has anybody got the value of mode? 42 minus 13 divided by 2 into 42 minus 13 minus 39 whole multiplied by 5. Okay, so I got it 66.53125. Yes, Sujal. Yes, correct, Sujal. So the mode value is 66.53125. Correct. This is mode. So see, this is very easy. You just need to remember the formula, the notations and the meaning of the notation, and then you can calculate mean median mode very easily. There will be a sure question on mean median mode whenever you are having, whether it in long question, there will be sure question. So this is very easy unit. The first unit is the easiest unit where you can score highest marks. All right, so this is the mode value of the age, right? The age at which the people are entering the retirement home, right? So 66, that means this is the most frequent age is 66. Or you can say that the most frequent age group at which the people are entering the retirement home is 62 to 67. Generally after retirement 60 में retire होते हैं लोग, and then so this is the most frequent age group 62 to 67 jabki people are entering the retirement home. All right, so this is the meaning of this. Okay, so after this calculation, let us now proceed in our discussion about mean median mode. To share screen. Okay, so and meanwhile, if you have any doubt, you can ask me, you can interact me. If there are 42,
Ma'am,
yes, Rishit. Okay, Rishit, I just saw your message now. Okay, so if there are 42 two times frequency, then which one to consider? Yes. Now the problem with group data is अगर आपके पास रॉ डेटा होता, दैट मीन्स ग्रुपिंग नहीं होती, देन यू कैन कैलकुलेट बाय मॉडल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, दैट मीन्स दो मोड आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो, मल्टी मॉडल अगर है तो मल्टीपल मोड आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो. बट व्हेन यू हैव ग्रुपिंग ऑफ द डेटा, then you cannot calculate by two modes or multiple modes, because highest frequency किसी एक को ही आप ले सकते हो, राइट? सो अगर मान लो 42 दो जगह पे है, यू कैन टेक दैट एज मॉडल क्लास. पहला को लेके आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो that this is the mode value. Modal class will get corresponding to that frequency, and then again जहां पे 42 आया है वो भी एक मॉडल क्लास होगा. सो दो मॉडल क्लास आपके निकलेंगे, राइट? एंड देन आप अप्रोक्सीमेट कर सकते हो उसको फॉर्मूला यूज करके, but that is not the ideal case, and that is why we will now learn that why mode is not a very good measure all the time. It is having a lot of restriction. सारी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए हम मोड को यूनिकली नहीं आइडेंटिफाई कर पाते हैं. सो दैट इज व्हाट डिस्कशन आई विल बी डूइंग नाउ. It is not rigidly defined, right? Now, answer to your question is yes, there will be two model classes. If that happens, there will be two model classes, and then you have to calculate two modes, right? But the modes you will get in the group data, that will be approximate value, not the exact value. On the other hand, if you have raw data जहाँ पे grouping नहीं है, range नहीं दिया हुआ है, you can easily calculate mode कि कौन सा बाय मॉडल अगर है तो आप बोल सकते हो कि ये एज जो है 62 एज जो है ये मोस्ट रिपीट हो रहा है, एंड 65 जो एज है वो मोस्ट रिपीट हो रहा है. तो दो मोड आप फाइंड आउट कर सकते हो इफ द रॉ डेटा इज देयर. बट इन केस ऑफ ग्रुपिंग देयर आर लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स अगर दो जगह पे हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी आए, तीन जगह पे हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी आए. ऑलराइट, okay, so if there is no other doubt, then I will proceed to next section. All right, so we are in unit 1, and we are now comparing mean median mode with respect to ideal measure of central tendency. So there are certain criteria which are to be fulfilled by an ideal measure of central tendency. So when we are now comparing measures of central tendency, we are just comparing mean, median, mode, right? And mean में भी हमने अभी तक बस arithmetic mean को ही cover किया है. There are other form of mean also, geometric mean and harmonic mean. We are not talking about that while comparing this thing. So these are the criteria. For example, rigidly defined. Rigidly defined. An ideal measure of central tendency should be rigidly defined. तभी हम उसको ideal बोलेंगे. Now, what is the meaning of rigidly defined? Rigidly defined means whenever you are given a data set, you must be able to calculate that value. So आपके पास अगर 10 numbers है, any 10 values if you are given, you can always calculate mean, right? So that means mean is rigidly defined. You just have to add them and divide that by 10. Median is also rigidly defined. Whenever you are given a data set, you just arrange them in ascending order or descending order, pick up the mid value. So median is also rigidly defined. But what about mode? Mode is not rigidly defined. Why? There are certain cases where there is no mode at all. अगर कोई भी number repeat नहीं हुआ है, you cannot have a mode, right? So I cannot say कि कौन सा modal marks है या कौन सा mode age है जिसमें कि retirement home में आ रहे हैं, if there is no repetition in the numbers. Second thing, mode cannot be calculated अगर आपके पास group data है. All right. So if you remember mode का formula, right? So for group data, mode formula is L plus Fm minus Fp divided by 2Fm minus Fp minus Fs multiplied by H, right? Now, what is the problem with this data? Suppose your modal class is coming right at the end or right at the beginning of the distribution. Modal class कैसे identify होता है? Highest frequency से. That means if in your distribution, this is class interval and this is frequency, if in your distribution the highest frequency is lying at the bottom, so this is highest frequency, then the modal class will be here, right? Now what you will do in that case, because ये तो FM हो गया, highest frequency is your frequency of modal class, but you need to have frequency of succeeding class also, that is not there, right? ये गायब है. So that means you cannot calculate mode here. You can calculate, you can consider Fs as 0 and you can calculate, but then that is again approximation. Similarly, if your modal class lies just right at the beginning, so right at the beginning, that means यहाँ पे अगर आपका modal class हो, ये highest frequency, suppose frequency is 55 and this is the highest frequency, so this class interval is your modal class. This is your modal class. What happens now? This is your FM, right? But what about FP? FP is the frequency of the previous class. Previous class is non-existent, so you do not have FP. You can take 0 and you can calculate, but that is again approximation. So that is why mode cannot be calculated all the time. Similarly, as Rishit said, that if there is repetition of the frequency for 62, 42 अगर 2 बार आया, highest frequency अगर 2 जगह पे आया, 3 जगह पे आया, again approximation is used. All right. So that is why mode is not rigidly defined. Am I clear to everybody? Why mode is not rigidly defined? Mean, whenever you are having data set, you can calculate mean. Median, you can calculate median for all the data set. I mean, numerical data, it should be numerical data, but you can calculate median. Mode, you cannot calculate mode all the time. There could be no mode at all in a distribution, or if the modal class lies at the top or at the bottom, again you are not able to calculate mode. So mode is ill-defined. This is correct and this is wrong, right? So ideal measure of central tendency का जो पहला criteria है rigidly defined, mode is not fulfilling that. Let's see the next criteria. If you have any doubt, any conceptual clarity, if you require, you just stop me, okay? If I'm not seeing the chat, you can stop me and then we will discuss that. Next criteria is easy to calculate. हम उसको ideal central tendency मानेंगे जो बहुत easy है calculate करना. Now, see, these criteria were decided very, बहुत पहले, जब सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट नहीं हुआ था. So at that time, it was a very major criteria, crucial criteria, because people used to calculate everything on pen and paper. So in that case, mean, median, mode calculation, वो भी एक बड़ी बात होती थी, right? But now, if you consider this criteria, this is not at all posing any problem, because we have high-end software. We just have to feed the data. It can calculate even geometric mean, harmonic mean, and any kind of thing. Square root, nth root तक calculate कर सकता है. So this is not a problem at all. But at that time, this was a criteria for an ideal measure of central tendency. Now, if we look at mean, median, mode, all the formula are simple. So we will check here. सारे ही easy to calculate है. All right. किसको हम बोलेंगे tough to calculate? For example, geometric mean. So I will discuss the formula. This is nth geometric mean होता है nth root of the product of the values. So because उसमें square root निकालना होता है, so ये non mathematician के लिए थोड़ा problem होता है. That is why that is considered to be tougher. Otherwise, mean, median, mode, arithmetic mean, median, and mode all are easy to calculate. Okay, next criteria, whether the formula is based on all the observations or not. Whether the measure of central tendency formula is based on all the observations or not. If it is based on all the observations, it is considered to be a good measure. If it is not, then it is not considered to be a good measure. Okay, so let's see mean. Mean is based on all the observations. Why? The very formula of mean is sum of all the values divided by n, right? So if I am having a set of values 1, 2, 4, 5, 9, you have to add all the values and then you have to divide it by number of observations and then you get mean. So that means mean is based on all the observations. You cannot exclude any value, right? So mean is based on all the observations. And another meaning is, suppose if any value is changed, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, these are the 5 values, right? Iska jo mean hoga, if I change any of the values, suppose if I replace 3 by 2, then mean will be different. If I replace 7 by 8, mean will be different, because I have to add them up and I have to divide that by 5. So mean is based on all the observations. Now my question is to you is whether median is based on all the observations or not. What do you say? क्या median सारे observations पे based है कि नहीं? What is the median of these 5 values? What is the median value? 1, 2, 5, 8, 9 hai. What is the median value here? Yes, come on. Okay, Meg says median is 5 and Rishit says median is not based on all the observations. Why, Rishit? Why is it so? Yes, median is 5 here. Meg, correct. Why median is not based on all the observations? I'm arranging all the observations in ascending order and then I'm picking up the mid value. Because, okay, Meg, if it is difficult to write long sentences, it is okay. Okay, so Meg says that it is based on the number of terms and not the actual values. Yes, you are correct. I need to pick the when when I'm arranging the values in ascending order, I need to pick the middlemost value, middlemost term, right? So here the middlemost term is third term. Third term is 5. So third term, जब भी मैं ascending order में इसको, if I replace some of the values and if I arrange them in ascending order, I will again pick the third term in this case, right? So for example, how it is not affected. Right now, 5 is the median value, right? When I have these set of values. Suppose if I replace these values 0, 1 and 2 by 0 and suppose if I write this 0 and 3, right? And if I replace these values 8 and 9 by 80 and 99. Now I have a different set of 5 values. What is the median now? What is the median now? Now I have replaced the 2 values which were below the median value and I have replaced the 2 values which are above the median value. What is the median right now? 5. It is still 5, right? It is still 5. It is not changed at all. Why? Because after even arranging these numbers in ascending order, still the middlemost value is 5. Still the third term is 5, right? Term is still 5. So median is 5. It is not affected by changing the numbers. So that means it is not based on all the observations. Now in this case, अगर आप mean calculate करते, mean आपका tremendously change होता, because you have to add now 88, 99 big values you will be adding. Your mean will be shifted towards the big value, right? So that is why here I will put a cross and I will say that median is not based on all the observations. What about mode? Mode is based on all the observations or not? Tell me. Mode is again not based on all the observations. Why? Because जिसका भी highest frequency है, mode is that. बाकी सबका values में अगर change भी कर दूं, so if I am having the values, for example, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 2, and then 5, 5, 9, right? What is the highest frequency? I mean, for which value highest frequency is there? 1, right? 1 is getting repeated thrice. So here mode is 1. 1 because highest frequency इसी का है, 3 is the frequency. So mode is 1. Now if I change all the other values, 21 मैंने इसको कर दिया, इसको मैंने 200 कर दिया, इसको मैंने 9999 कर दिया. So now I have changed the values. I have replaced some of the values. Still the mode is 1 because it just depends on किसका frequency, किसका count सबसे ज्यादा है. It is not considering other values, right? So that is why mode is not based on all the observations. So in this criteria, whether the value is based on all the observations or not, only mean follows this criteria. Rest, median, and mode, they do not follow this criteria. Now, it is a different question whether it is good or bad. Whether I mean, being based on all the observations is all the time good or not. Sometimes it is good. अगर आपके observations में बहुत ज़्यादा variation नहीं है, suppose क्लास का मार्क्स है, ओके 0 से 30 के बीच में सबको मार्क्स आए हैं एंड बहुत ज्यादा वेरिएशन नहीं है, सपोज सबको 20 to 25 के रेंज में है, देन taking all the values is good. But if you have very extreme observations in your data set, किसी को मिला some people have got 000, some people have got 99, 98, 97. So because mean is based on all the observations, it takes into account extreme values also, and it will be shifted towards the extreme value. It won't give the actual average picture. जो central value का जो it is termed as central value, so it should give the central value of the distribution. So ये नहीं दे पाता है if there are very extreme observations in the data set. So sometimes being based on all the observations is not a good criteria, but sometimes it is good. Suppose अगर आप errors देखना चाहते हो, I don't know whether you have done that in your school time or not. We used to take vernier caliper and screw gauge and हम measurement लेते थे. And then we used to calculate mean error. Now errors का कुछ dimension होता है, so बहुत ज़्यादा vary नहीं करता है, होगा sometimes it is 0.01 unit error आया. Again you have taken the reading, maybe the error is 0.05 unit इस तरह से. So in that case you should take into consideration all the observations so that you get the average value of the error. लेकिन if there are extreme values present in the data set, you should not consider mean for the central value. Next criteria, suitable for further mathematical treatment. Now what is this criteria, suitable for further mathematical treatment? Just listen to me carefully. What it means that suppose for one data set you are given the mean. Suppose there are 20 items, 20 marks hai, n is equal to 20. So 20 marks data you have got, and you know that the mean for that sample is 55, right? So mean of this sample is 55. You have another sample, so this is n1 and x1. Suppose you have another sample n2 जहाँ पे 25 students के marks है, another maybe a different section where there are 25 students and you got the mean or marks of those 25 students. And suppose this is 50. This is the mean marks, 50. So you have just the mean marks, not the individual marks. इंडिविजुअल मार्क्स आपको पता नहीं है कि वो जो 20 स्टूडेंट्स थे उनको कितना इंडिविजुअल मार्क्स मिला था, हर एक को कितना मार्क्स मिला था, यू आर अनअवेयर अबाउट दैट. Similarly, in this case, you are unaware about the individual marks of all the 25 students. You just know the mean marks. So mean marks of these 20 people and mean marks of these 25 people. And now if it is asked to calculate the mean marks of all the samples together, that means total 45 students. If I combine this sample, for the combined sample N1 plus N2, so combined sample, how many people are there? 45, right? So there are 45 students now. So now for these 45 students, what is the mean marks? You are able to calculate that, considering one formula. There's a formula where you can pull that. So you can pull the mean marks if you are having different samples, and if you know just the mean marks, not the individual marks, you can pull the samples and sorry, and you can calculate the mean of the combined series. So how to calculate that? The formula is total mean, the mean of the combined series will be N1 x1 bar plus N2 x2 bar divided by N1 plus N2. This is the formula. So now how will you calculate that? Just you have to put the values. N1 ka tha 20 and x1 bar was 55, right? So N1 means 20 multiplied by 55 plus N2, that is 25 multiplied by 50 and divided by N1 plus N2, that is 20 plus 25, right? And if you now calculate this, you will get the mean marks of all the 45 students after calculating this. So this formula, this is called mean of the combined series. So you can pull 2 samples together, you can pull n number of samples together. If you have 10 samples, please share practice sums. Yes, I will share practice sums today only, Tushar. All right, so if we have 10 samples, suppose, and if we just know the mean marks, we can pull the 10 samples together using this formula only, N1 x1 bar plus N2 x2 bar plus N3 x3 bar, is tarah se pura up to 10, and then divided by N1 plus N2 plus N3 up to N10. And then we can calculate combined mean of the combined series. So that means mean is suitable for further mathematical treatment. हमने x bar को और treatment किया and then we calculated the mean of the pooled series. Pooled, P-O-O-L-D, pooled. Mean of the pooled series or combined series we can calculate. So here I will put a tick here. Yes. So mean is suitable for further mathematical treatment. But median and mode, we cannot do this for median and mode. Suppose for 20 students, if I know the median marks, so for these 20 students, if I know the median marks, and suppose the median marks is suppose 54. That means 10 students have scored less than 54 and 10 students have scored more than 54. So I got the median for this particular sample. And if I get the median for the second sample, so this is for first sample, this is for second sample, and suppose this median marks is 35. So 35, this is the middlemost marks of the second sample. All right. Now, if it is asked to calculate the median marks of the pooled sample, दोनों sample को combine करके what is the median marks? I cannot tell you. Why? I cannot put this in similar kind of formula. For median or for mode, there is no such formula. And why this is so? The very fact that median and mode, these are not based on all the observations, right? So if you omit some observation, if you add if you modify some of the observations, the median and mode will be not affected. It is not based on all the observations, and that is why you cannot pull them and you cannot calculate. You need to know all the observations here. सारे इंडिविजुअल मार्क्स आपको पता रहेगा, आप उसका असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज करोगे एंड देन यू कैन पिक द मिडिल मोस्ट वैल्यू. सो यू नीड टू नो इंडिविजुअल मार्क्स, ऑल द 45 इंडिविजुअल मार्क्स आपको चाहिए. You need to arrange them in ascending order and then you have to pick the middle most value. That will be your median marks for the pooled sample. So similarly for mode, so here I will put a cross. All right. Median and mode are not suitable for further mathematical treatment because there is no such formula where you can calculate the median or mode of the combined series or pooled series. All right. So I hope it is clear now. Am I having time? Okay. So time is up. Write your enrollment number in the chat box. And yes, I will share practice questions. Don't worry. And PPT is already shared with you. So go through the PPT. I will again share some revised PPT because I have to include harmonic mean and geometric mean in that PPT. It was not there. So when I will share the revised PPT, you can download that again. But for the time being, this PPT is already shared in the Google Classroom folder. Just download that and go through that. And for any query, you can write to me. You can message me anytime. All right. Thank you very much.